Hey guys, Mr. Akenar here. Welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at some problem-solving strategies. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the guess and check method and breaking a problem into smaller parts. And we're going to apply these to both the mean and median. Okay, just a quick summary. We've got three types of averages. The mean, which we've already looked at, which is the sum total divided by the number of values. The median, which is the middle number when we order them from lowest to highest. And one that we haven't looked at yet, but is very easy to understand, something called the mode. That is basically the most common number in a data set. There are plenty of problem-solving strategies that you can use in maths, such as drawing a diagram, looking for a pattern, solving simpler problems, guess and check, and breaking the problem into smaller parts. We're going to look at a couple of these ones today and see how we go. Let's take a look at our first example. Our example here, we've been told to find a set of three numbers that have a mean of 3 and a mode of 2. So we're going to do the guess and check method first. Let's have a look and see how we go about doing this. First of all, we know that we have three numbers that we need. So we have three unknowns. I'm going to draw three boxes down. They are our unknown numbers. The other information that we've been told is that we have a mean of 3 and a mode of 2. Now mode is that new word that we were just told today, and that tells us that that 2 is the most common number. That means of these three numbers, at least two of them have to be 2. So let's pop those two in there. So we've got those two numbers. Now we just need to find one more number. So we're going to try the guess and check method. Now the guess and check method basically means let's put a number in there and see how we go. So if we pop the number 2 in there, let's see if we can find the mean of that. We'd say 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. Divide that by how many we have, which is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we have a mean of 2. That means that one's not going to work. So let's try again. That's the idea of guess and check, is we trial and see how we go, and if we don't get the right answer, we look at having another go. We already know 2 and 2 works, so we're just trying to find this third number. Now our last number was 2, which means we need to increase. So we need to go higher. So let's try with 3. This time we have 2 plus 2 plus 3, which is 7, divided by 3. Now if we do 7 divided by 3, we'll come up with 2 and 1/3, or 2.33, recurring. Again, we're still not with our right one, because we're looking for this answer here to be 3, because we want a mean of 3. Guess and check. We try again. We know that the first two numbers are 2, so we've tried 2, we've tried 3, we're still not at 3 yet. Let's try another number which is higher. Let's try 4. Add those together, and we get 8. This time, we divide that through, and we get 2.6 recurring. Still not the 3 that we're after. So let's keep going. You can see that the guess and check method, although you will get there in the end, can take a while. Our next number we can try is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now we have our mean of 3. We have a mode of 2, because 2 is our most common number, and we have a mean of 3. So our set of data must be 2, 2, and 5. So that's the guess and check method. You could see that what we did was we figured out the first couple of numbers, and then we trialed different numbers in here until we got our mean up to our data that we needed. Let's have a look and see if we can try another way of doing this. We're going to break the problem into smaller parts. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to try a different way, different attack. First of all, we know already that we have 2 and 2. We know that for certain. We just don't know what that final number is. Now we know from our previous video that the mean is equal to the sum total divided by the number of values. Now we've been given this in our question. We've been given the mean, that's 3. We've been given the number of values, that's 3 numbers. What we can do is we can actually figure out the sum total. So using a little bit of algebra, we can actually find out that the sum total equals the mean multiplied by the number of values. Now that's a little bit of algebra which we'll come to later in the year. So we're going to use this little bit of information to help us out. We now know our sum total of all 3 of our values must equal our mean, which is 3, multiplied by how many numbers which we have, which is 3. So our sum total must equal 9. That means that if we go back to our data, 2 plus 2 plus this unknown number must equal 9. 2 plus 2 plus an unknown number equals 9. Now for some of you guys, you can see straight away that that number there must be 5. Another way of looking at that is to say our unknown number is equal to 9, take away 2 and take away 2. 9 take 2 is 7, take another 2 is 5. So our unknown number is 5. That means our data set must be 2, 2 and 5. So what we did in this case is we broke the problem down into smaller parts. We found our sum total first, we then used the sum total to find our unknown. We didn't use a guess and check method. This method will help you later on when you're trying some more complex questions. In summary, new bit of information today that the mode is the most common number in a data set. You're going to need that when you're having a go at the questions. We can use the guess and check method, best for simpler problems, or when you are really stuck. However, see if you can break the problem down into smaller parts, and especially this new idea. The sum total is equal to the mean times the number of values. Hopefully this has been helpful, guys, and we'll see how we go.